welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom. And in this video, in honor of us looking at Josephina, we're going to be looking at The Mask of Zorro. This is the 1998 film. It is PG-13, so make that as a warning. That's kind of the age group. I'm trying to think, what is there? I'm looking at IMDb. What's the warnings on here? Parent guide. There's mild sex and nudity, moderate violence, mild for profanity, bit of smoking, and a few fighting scenes. Again, this is a Zorro film, so it is an action film. It is starring Antonio Banderas, who is not Hispanic whatsoever. He's Spanish. He's always not Mexican, so technically he would be on the other side of this. Anthony Hopkins, who's Welsh. Catherine Zeta-Jones, who's also, oddly enough, Welsh. Those are the three main. So in this story, it starts off, this is happening in California. This is around the same time of Josephina, because the Spanish, I think the Spanish Revolution has happened already, yeah. And for some reason they're talking about Santa Anna, who was more in the other Mexican revolutions. But nonetheless. Actually, yeah, nonetheless. So we have the original older Zorro, who is, he's more of a Robin Hood character. Batman is modeled after him, to put it that way. So he has the Zorro character, and then he's the richer character. In the beginning, what happens is his arch nemesis, who is, what is our guy's name? Don Rafael on something. So that is, he's a Spanish lord. He finds out who the real Zorro is, imprisons him, I think he kills his wife accidentally because the guy's in love with her, and kidnaps their baby daughter. Then we jump into the future. So Antonio Banderas' character is young. He's Hispanic. He's drunk. The pseudo sheriff in town who is this? I have no idea who it is. It's not showing me who the actor was. Basically murders his best friend and cuts off his head and puts it in a jar. And Anthony Hopkins, who's Don Diego de la Vega, I believe he's the original Zorro. He escapes prison, finds Alejo Mutura. I'm mispronouncing this. This is Antonio Banderas' character. Trains him to be Zorro because Don Diego's arch nemesis is back and has raised his daughter. The arch nemesis has raised Don Diego's daughter as his own. She claims to have never been to California before, even though, she was born there, because he'd taken her to Spain. And it's whole revenge plot. So typical Antonio Banderas' character is cleaned up, taught to be Zorro by Anthony Hopkins, who is, old. And the arch nemesis of Anthony Hopkins is trying to steal gold, and mining gold, and stealing it from Santa Anna, because he doesn't, obviously. There's a whole big thing. He wants money, and he doesn't really want this. He wants Spain to have control of Mexico again. And there's a whole, again, revenge plot, and Antonio Banderas falls in love with his mentor's daughter, and there's a big fight scene at the end, and Antonio Banderas, they both kill their nemesis, and, of course, Antonio Banderas gets the girl, which is Catherine Zeta-Jones, again, also Welsh. So at least the father-daughter are the same culture, but not the right one for this. And then Anthony Hopkins' character dies, and it ends with Antonio Banderas reading to his son or daughter. I can't remember what it was. So it's a fun action film. Again, it's 1998. There's a little bit of, this is definitely, I would say, middle school. There's some historical stuff here. Zorro was I'm not going to say he's a historical figure. He's like Robin Hood. He's a legend of essentially a Robin Hood. He's the Spanish version of Robin Hood. He stands for the people, the Mexican people. So again, around Josefina's time, this would have been important. Because they had recently, in her lifetime, when she was little, broken with Spain. And then by the time she was a bit older, the U.S. took over. So, but again, this Zorro she probably would have known of him. He was, again, a legend. This was probably going to be more of her father's generation, though, because, again, they had already broken with Spain by the time Josefina was about 4, I think is what the World Book says. So, but again, it's an interesting look. It's not realistic. There's all sorts of issues, including gold is heavy. Be this scary. Anytime you see a film where they're like picking up gold bars with like a hand, no. 1, it's filthy. 2, it's very, very heavy. A gold bar like this is probably going to weigh like 10, 15 pounds. Getting a giant thing of gold, even a bag of gold coins, it's going to be heavy. It's a solid metal. It's a heavy metal, and it's filthy. I think I've watched documentaries on Fort Knox and people who've been in there with the gold, and it's like, it's dirty. It's very, very dirty. So it's, again, but it's fun. It's a swashbuckling film. In fact, Antonio Banderas was taught sword fighting by the guy who taught Errol Flynn, who was known for his pirate films in the past. So again, how long is this? It's about 2 hours. 2 hours, 16 minutes. It's a 1998 film. It's PG-13. It's fun. It's kind of it's supposed to be Mexican-American history. Again, the actors are not. They're just not. Obviously, you have Anthony Hopkins. He's Welsh. But, Antonio Banderas is cute. And he's Spanish. So he's close. He would have been on the other side. But nonetheless, he's Spanish. But it's fun. And let's see if I can look at the guy Stuart Wilson is the guy who plays his, he's British. So yeah, there's not authentic actors here at all. But again, it's a 1990s adventure film. Mixture of Robin Hood and Indiana Jones. And Batman was based more on the Zorro legend. So you have the alter egos. You have the rich gentleman, usually, who associates with the upper class. And then you have the swashbuckling, steal from the rich, give to the poor kind of thing. So, and, avenge the people. But again, Antonio Banderas is cute. He's a good actor. Obviously, so is Anthony Hopkins and Catherine Zeta-Jones. It is very well acted. And it is fun. Is it historical? Not really. But again, it's close and it's fun. I have limited options here. So, but again, I recommend it. That's the reason I rewatched it. It is something that I enjoy. And again, not entirely historical, but you can look at it that way. I mean, there's various different versions of Zorro. He was a character in Mexican history, standing for the Mexican people against the Spanish. And I know there's TV shows and stuff. I just have limited access. But it's definitely something to look at if you're looking at Mexican American history, if you're looking at American history, because again, this stuff was taking place in what would be considered northern Mexico at the time. 1820s. Yes, 1820s. Maybe it's the 1840s. Pretty sure. It's the 1820s. Not there. It's a Friday. My child did not sleep last night. My brain's not entirely working. But again, fun film. Highly recommend. You're probably going to go middle school and up, depending on how interested your children are in love stories and mild blood and men smoking. So, and sewing off somebody's head in a jar. But again, that's what this is. And it's fun. So, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. I will be doing a couple more films for this. I'm not sure how many PG-13. It's a mix here. And I'm going to be doing them all one after the other. But again, check out the channel. I will be doing Cecile and Marie Grace next month. So that is going to be New Orleans in the 1850s. So this is the 1820s, New Mexico. We're going to be moving to New Orleans in the this is in the 1850s, and we're going to be moving up to Minnesota, still in the 1850s. That will be Kirsten, and then we're going to move on to Addie in the 1860s, and that will be our Civil War story. So, again, if you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out the rest of the channel. I will be continuing with American Girl history throughout the rest of the year.